Hello friends and a very warm welcome to all of you in this e-learning program that is organized by Shri Gyan Manjari Vidyapit. In our today's session, we are going to discuss about the force and pressure lesson. Science. The lesson which we are doing is this, which is force and pressure. First of all, welcome to Science by Harsha ma'am. In our today's session, we are going to talk about the lesson 11, which is force and pressure. Let us discuss about the force and pressure. What is force? Okay, push or pull acting on an object is called as force. Okay, just imagine that I'm hitting you and I'm pulling you from the collar. Then what is that? It is simply force. So what is force? This is what you are learning right now, but this is not the correct definition of force. Right now we are studying the normal definition of force, that is push or pull acting on an object is called as force. Moreover, this push or pull will change the state of motion of the object. Okay, that means if at all anything is stationary, it may start moving. If anything is moving, it may stop. So that is what force is. Let us first write the definition of force. So what is force? Push or pull acting on an object which tends to change the state of motion which tends to change a stationary object into motion or vice versa, then it is called as force. What it is called as? Force. It is denoted by letter F. How to write force? Just write F. Okay? And its SI unit is Newton. Okay? This is how capital N or in small letters it is written Newton. Okay? So this is about the force. Note it down, after that we'll move further. Quick! Important points about the force. Quick! Note it. Okay, now next. The next is forces are due to an interaction. Now, what does this mean? Just imagine that there is a force. Now, what happens to this force? Whenever the force is acting, at that time, force is the cause, while change in state of motion of object. What it is called as effect of force. Whenever the motion of the state of motion of the object will change, that means anything if it is stationary it will start its motion, and anything it is in motion it will be at rest. It may change its direction, it may change its shape. Anything can be the effect of force. All right, so change in state of motion of the object, that will be the effect of it. And just I'm giving you one small example. I am having, like for example, this is the normal thing which is there in my hand. Okay, if I keep it stationary on this book, your book itself, okay, and I'm not going to touch it. Instead of this rolling one, let me keep this. This is stationary. Unless and until I apply force on this object, it is not going to move. This might not be visible. Let's take another example over here. All right, can you see this? It is stationary. Just by me holding it, is it moving? No. In order to move it, what I need to give? I need to give it some kind of force. That means I need to push it or pull it out. I need to change its way. So this is how there will be change in state of motion. Merely by just standing beside the object, there will be no effect of it. Alright. So that is what I'm talking about. Effect of the force, which is very important criteria that we are discussing, the effect of the force. So the force by which some kind of effect is there, then that is called as the state of the motion which changes either from rest to motion or from motion to rest. Now the next particular type. Sometimes just by being merely in contact of that particular substance, there are changes seen. Now you might be thinking, is that possible? Yes, that's possible. How is that possible now? You might be thinking, alright. How is that possible? The effect of the force is possible without touching it? Yes. Try to recall or try to think about some of the magnetic forces. Leave the magnet. I am like right now, if you are on, I am right now on 5th floor. Okay. Still, the gravity is holding me. I am not in direct touch of the earth. You are trying to understand? If at all we are in touch of earth, that means we are walking on the ground, then it is holding it, that's fine. But you are on the 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 5th floor, still it is holding you. So every time it is not necessary to be in direct physical touch with the object. Its presence is enough. Okay, that you are knowing. No, then anything you are throwing, it will come back. Now why it is coming back? Earth is not literally, the hands are not coming and they are not pulling any object. That's not happening, alright. It is the kind of force, the gravitational force of the earth, which is constantly pulling everything towards itself. So that is what a non-contact force. So forces are basically classified into two types. Either it is a contact force or a non-contact force. So force, it is of two types. Which are the two types? Contact force, non-contact force. Contact force, the object that is applying the force and the object on which force is applied, both are in contact of each other. While in non-contact force, they are not physically in contact of each other. So that is which type of force? It is non-contact force. Is it clear? So how many types of forces are there? Two. Contact force and non-contact forces. Note down this much, after that we'll move further. Contact force we will do in detail. Quick, you have only 1 minute to note. Now, contact force in detail. There are two types of contact forces you are having in your book. One is muscular force, another one is frictional force. Alright, let's have a look at it. How many types of forces are there? Contact force and non-contact force. Contact and non-contact. In that we are going to discuss about the contact force. Contact force, in your book the classification is of two types. That is, either it is muscular force or it is frictional force. Muscular force. Muscular force is the force which is created by the muscles, exerted by the muscles, and ultimately it is helping in lifting any object, in moving any object. Okay, for example, if you are kicking the football, what it is? It is your muscles that are applying the force and the football is getting kicked. So what is that? An example of muscular force I am writing. That is what? An example of muscular force. So these are all the things which are an example of muscular force. So force exerted by the muscles of a human or animal body is called muscular force. Another one is frictional force, but that Later, first we'll complete the muscular force. Example, pulling a cart, kicking a football, etc. Alright, this is about the muscular force. Note it down. Quickly after that, we are starting the frictional force. Be quick. Next is frictional force. What is this frictional force now? We are having one whole lesson on this particular topic, that is frictional force. What is frictional force and how it is helpful? Let's see first. First of all, frictional force is the force which is acting whenever two objects are in contact of each other. Then and when they are contact of each other and one object is moving on the other particular surface, then that is called as friction force. For example, when you are walking, it is the frictional force of the road which is allowing you to walk. So always, whenever two surfaces are in contact of each other, one will always oppose the motion of the other object. Then it is called as the frictional force. Okay, so the force that is acting when two surfaces are in contact, which opposes the motion of one body over the other. It is opposing the motion of one body or one object over the other, then it is called as frictional force. So force acting when two surfaces are in contact of each other, force acting when two surfaces are in contact of each other and one body moves over the other, moves over the other and the motion is opposed. Then it is called frictional force. what it is called as frictional force. Let me tell you some important points regarding the frictional force. It is a contact force. Moreover, if it is a smooth surface, friction is less. While on rough surface, friction is more. On smooth surface, the friction is less, while on rough surface, the friction is more. On smooth surface, the friction is less, while on rough surface, the friction is more. Some very important point, that how is this friction coming into existence? So it is caused by the irregularities of the surface. This is its basic cause. Let us go through the content once again. Frictional force. It is the force acting when two surfaces are in contact of each other and one body moves over the other. While the motion is opposed, this is very important point. Compulsory, it is opposing the motion. And on smooth surface, friction is less, while on rough surface, it is more. How it is caused by the irregularities of the surface. Go through this, after that we'll move further. Be quick. Note it down. Then we'll start on with magnetic force. That is a type of non-contact force. Now non-contact force. I'm going to talk about the non-contact force. In the non-contact force, actually when two objects are not in contact of each other, yet some kind of force is existing, then that is called as non-contact force. Without actually coming in contact of each other. Without actually coming in contact of each other, the force is exerted and that is called as non-contact force. Force acting between the object without actually coming in contact of each other is called non-contact force. And this non-contact force is of three types. Which are those three types? It is of three types. The three types are, the first one is magnetic force, electrostatic force, this is new for you, and gravitational force. Alright, like for example, um, just imagine that you are sitting in this classroom and very loudly if I yell your name, then ultimately, actually I'm not hitting you, but still you'll get scared off. Alright, so that is what is also a type of non-contact force. But it is not coming in physics, okay? So non-contact force is action at a distance force. What it is? Action at a distance force. So note down this much. Then we'll move further on magnetic, electrostatic and gravitational force. Be quick. Now magnetic force. The very first type of force is magnetic force. Then electrostatic force. After doing these two force, I'll teach gravitational force. First, magnetic force. If at all I keep a magnet and some iron nails beside it, what will happen? Quickly it will try to attract all the iron nails towards itself. So that is about the effect of magnet. You're knowing that magnet is having two poles. One is north pole, another one is south pole. Okay? You already know that if I'm keeping two north poles beside each other, the north, there will be repulsive force, while between north and south, there will be attractive force. That means if I am keeping two magnets like this, one north over here and another one south over here, what will happen? There will be some kind of attraction between the opposite poles. Okay, that is because north and south, between the north pole and the south pole, that is which type of force? That is attractive force. So that is about the magnetic force. So force exerted by the magnet is called as magnetic force. And these are the points about it. It has two poles. It has two poles. Any magnet has two poles. So these are the important points regarding the magnet. Now coming to electrostatic force. This is a new term for you, electrostatic force. Whenever there are any two charged bodies, then some kind of force is existing between the two charged bodies. Force existing between two charged bodies. Is called electrostatic force. So the force which is existing between any two charged bodies, what it is called as electrostatic force. Suppose there are two charges, one is say q1, another is say q2, and there is distance, some distance between them, which is r. Okay, there are two objects which are having, one is having charge q1, another one is having charge q2. Then there is some kind of force which is existing between them. Basically charges are of two types, one is positive and another one is negative. Either it is a positive charge or it is a negative charge. First note down this much. After that I am going to teach you in depth electrostatic force. Chalo, be quick. I hope you noted the magnetic one. Now, regarding this electrostatic force, first of all, it is occurring because of two charged bodies. Charges are of two types, positive and negative. Between the positive and positive charge, there will be repulsion. Even between negative and negative, there will be repulsive force. But if it is positive and negative charge, then it will be attractive force. Now, these two charges are at distance what? R from each other. Two charges are at distance R from each other. Then there is some kind of force that is existing between them. Which is that force? It is electrostatic force, and its formula is some given by like this: F is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square, where K is electrostatic force of attraction constant. K is a constant term which is having fixed value 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square, because SI unit of charge is Coulomb. What is the SI unit of charge? It is Coulomb. K is a constant which is 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. While Q1 and Q2 are what? Charges. R is what? Distance between the centers. I'll note it down over here so that things become easy for you. Alright. This formula F is equals to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. It is called as Coulomb's law. What it is called as? Coulomb's law. In the memory of name Coulomb, it is also called as Coulomb's law. And electrostatic charge, it can be transferred, but it cannot be created or destroyed. That is called as the law of conservation of charge. What is this law of conservation of charge? Law of conservation of charge states that charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only be transferred from one body to another body. That is what? Law of conservation of charge. That also will note down over here. Here only there is some space. Let's note it down. Law of conservation of charge. What does the law of conservation of charge states? It states that charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can just be transferred from one object to another object. From one object to another. Alright, that is the law of conservation of charge. Note it down so that we'll move further. Now, gravitational force, the last force of non-contact force. What is this gravitational force now? Any object which is having some kind of mass that is exerting the gravitational force. So force of attraction between any two objects which are possessing mass, that is called as its gravitational force. It's not only the earth is attracting, any object in the universe is attracting every other object. Like for example, I am getting attracted by the board and board is getting attracted by me. Okay, that is because both of us have mass. Now, this is something strange. Then why some kind of effect is not seen? There are few more other reasons for it. Okay, so this is the basic fact, and what are the other reasons and why all these things are happening or not, that we will study in class 9, where you are having specially one chapter on gravitational force. So force that is acting between two objects in contact of each other, and which are not in contact of each other and are possessing mass. Okay, force of attraction between two objects possessing mass is called gravitational force. If we talk about this gravitational force, then you are knowing that, for example, anything it is getting attracted towards the earth. That is because the earth mass of the earth is very high, very much more, about 6 into 10 raised to 24 kilogram. That is the mass of the earth. With this heavy mass, it is attracting each and everything that is near it, and that's the reason everything is getting attracted towards the earth. So this is about the three types of force, that is non-contact force. So let us have a quick look at whatever part we did. What we did, we started with what is force, push or pull acting on an object that will change. The state of the motion is called as force. Its SI unit is Newton. While if we talk about the types of force, then there are of two types, contact and non-contact. In contact force, it is of again two types, muscular and frictional. In muscular, it is exerted by the muscles, while frictional is because of the two surfaces in touch of each other. If the surface is smooth, then there is less frictional force. If it is more, then frictional force is also more. Non-contact force, magnetic, electrostatic, and the gravitational. Magnet is under the influence of magnet, electrostatic is under the influence of charge. In that we studied in detail about the law of conservation of energy. That is, law of conservation of energy is law of conservation of charge. That is, charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. Total amount of the charge in any particular system, it remains fixed. Okay. Then we discussed Coulomb's law, that F is equals to k q1 q2 upon r square. After that we discussed about the gravitational force. Any two objects which are in contact of each other, they'll try to exert some kind of possessing mass, they'll attract each other. That type of force is what? Gravitational force. And in the next lecture we'll continue the further topics. That's all for the content of the day. Thank you so much students for listening to me, and have a very good day all of you. Bye bye. Okay, that's all. Bye. Have a good day.